Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back for an impromptu cast. So, this was not on our schedule at all. If you've been following our social media or the announcing channels on the TFTV and RGL Discord, this was kind of just the last minute. Just saw it, contacted the teams, and said, hey, let's do it. And I also have somebody coming in the last minute with Wild Rumpus coming in to join me on the cast. I am Siyo. We are on Fireside cast on a 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, running just on time actually with all 12 players in the server. It is Feed Theory, who we casted 2 weeks ago on Gully Wash, versus Rough Riders, which we casted me and Rumpus on the first week, which was on Process. So this is the top of the
Yes,
line newcomer.
absolutely. Yeah, I saw the Fireside going live. I don't see casters. I'm like, hey, you need someone?
Yes,
But
sir.
one thing to note here, so these are teams that we have casted before, and actually it's kind of a battle of the Tempest players as well, as both Iron and Zagerfeeg are well-known jumpers at this point on Demo and Soldier respectively. So we'll see how that jumping prowess comes into play here on Bagel.
Yes, and do not forget, both of these teams did play in the TF2 Coaching Central Cup that did happen back in December with the Rough Riders winning it all. And actually, this is fun fact. I always like to say it every time I see them on the cast. They've kept all of their players from that cup, so
Mm.
they're doing well for themselves. I believe that they're 3-1 in newcomer, whereas Feed Theory they're also 3-1, and I believe they did make a few changes. So in that regard, they're doing well for themselves too. 3-1, and with a few changes. I think Zagerfy and like the other soldiers on Rough Riders, Botan and Misanthropy, these are going to be the players to watch specifically because Misanthropy and Botan, they both like to go very aggressive bombs, and how they
Mm.
fight versus Zagerfy and Zagerfy's other soldier, who I can't think of the name right now because I can't see the overlay. The
Yeah, right now their A-list is Goblin.
Goblin. Okay, so Goblin, it's going to be up to the soldier duo fights here on this map. And I think Goblin's actually no, not a recent addition, but this is going to be interesting. These are but Iron. I remember from the TF2 CC Cup, he was popping off. So the projectile classes are going to be the ones to pay attention to here on this map, Rumpus.
Yeah, exciting stuff for sure. I think Bagel, especially a newcomer, is a map where you can see real soldier nukes just get dropped. So hopefully we can see a performance like that from one of the soldiers in this server here now. And I suppose we could do a quick rundown of rosters. We don't have a super neat list given to us, but all the players are here and they seem to be on their classes, so
Yep.
we can run it down. On Feed Theory for Blue, we have Goblin and Zagerfeeg on Soldiers, Ice T and Bank Scouts. We have back to school ads on Medic and Rialtov on Demo, who in the last cast I only realized after the fact I was mispronouncing the entire time, but
Me
Rialtov.
too. I think I was saying Royale or something like
It's like
that.
I thought it was Ryatlov, but
So I believe for Rough Riders, they I was looking at their pregame logs, but who's the other scout? I know one of them is Hooky Genius. You have Misanthropy Roamer, Botan Pocket, Iron Demo, and Cuppington's Medic. But who's the other scout? Is it Lilith? It
yes,
should be
Lilith.
Lilith. And I think, are we live right now?
Neither team has readied yet that I can
Interesting.
see.
But yeah, this is gonna be
Um,
interesting. I would say like I've followed Rough Riders pretty closely. I don't have as much information on Feed Theory other than we did cast them once during the TF2 CC Cup with me and some of the players from People of Edmonton versus Springus, which was Uncanny and Saucy Jack. But I think when you look at Rough Riders, I'm surprised that they're 3-1 because they just seem like such a DM powerhouse. But their scouts are kind of what is lacking in the DM department so far for them. Because on paper they have really good players, but and really good team synergy considering the fact that they've stayed together. But their scouts are probably what is lacking so far. But that doesn't mean too much as long as you can make steadily improvements over the season.
yeah, absolutely. And I think in general, in lower divs, soldiers and demos are kind of overinflated, I suppose, just
Mm-hmm.
because Scout, there's definitely a learning curve there, which isn't to say it's like the other classes aren't hard or anything, but the demos and soldiers and higher divs are definitely held in check by Scouts. And Scout doesn't have a lot of HP. If your movement or positioning isn't really on point, then you can just get two rocketed or get sticky piped or something like that. So definitely takes some time to fit into that scout role, and then once you're there, then you get to make all the projectiles' lives just a living hell.
On the topic of projectiles, we can talk about Bagel and how suffocating it was for our castle here on Fireside Cast. Each cast so far of Bagel Week for Trial by Fireside has been a 4-0. And sorry, excuse me while I clear my throat. There was some glaring impurities of the map per se. If you are a Sixes player and you are pushing out of your battlement, specifically towards the lower ramp area, it's so easy to get stuffed by the demo, and you can see here on the camera, we're positioned towards that ramp area, or from what you would say righty if you're playing from the attacker's perspective. But it's really easy to get suffocated and locked out of there by a demo man, and just a demo man with the traps, and then just single cycling his sticky deaths. It's just hard to get out of there, and even then, you can opt to go through main or plat door, but those are just choke points that can be held easily by a double soldier synergy there.
Yeah, it can be rough getting through forward holds and just advancing anywhere really. Because I mean, if you I talk about the action of the map being kind of split in between the two houses and the point as like three separate things. But if you consider just even lanes of advancing forward, then the point has two sides. It's not just its own thing. And then there's just four narrow ways to advance forward into the other side of the map. And there's usually an explosive class waiting in all four. So it can be tough to deal with at times.
Tough indeed, and I actually do want to run down into predictions, and I do want to do that because I think both teams are getting ready just momentarily from what I know in the Discord messages with Botan from Rough Riders. So I'm going to throw down my predictions already. I'm going to bet Rough Riders. I'm going to put the curse on them, the J bet curse. You have a 90% chance of losing if I bet on you.
Oh
It's going to go
no.
on Rough Riders. 4-3.
Um, I'm predicting okay, and both teams have rated up now. I always predict 4-2 on Koth, even though it's been a lot of 4-0s lately. But I want to throw this. You know what? I'll just throw it to feed theory to make things interesting, so that we don't predict the same here. But yeah, both teams rolling out here. First, stickies are exchanged. Both teams just taking their positioning. Zag actually getting quite aggressive early on in the house. In the meantime, on the opposite side, both Botan and Cookie. Oh yeah, goes down. So now down a soldier for blue.
And both of them might get overrun here too. Goblins going goblin mode.
Yeah, a little bit of a pinch from the house is able to just get good spam. So, but they lose a scout in the meantime. So now down to, even with that health advantage, it's going to be a little bit rough.
And Iron's deep, so much damage.
Bombing it does go down.
And Miss Heatherby's going to get the med in main too. Oh my gosh, so much damage.
Yeah, crazy bomb was just able to clean up. So with that med pick, at this point, just keeping your own med safe and just be happy with what you got. Zag was behind there. It does go down, so a bit of a late death there. Now we're looking at about 60 ad for red to work with, as blue is just trying to approach here. And potentially 4-man, potentially fight for point. We'll see what they want to do.
I really like what Rough Riders did there. They sacrificed just for the sack of getting to the medic, and they were successful in that. But Zagger catches out Cookie Genius looking the other way on point. This is not really good right now, because this could be a 4-man if Pete Theory want to offer it.
Yeah, and the med is very aggressive, does use on point.
Oh, and the med's caught out on plat.
Yeah, back to school ads. Too far forward there is caught, and the health is just horrible for blue. We can expect to see many more players get caught up here. Zag is able to clean up Miss Coppington's, and that's just the ultimate salvage pick. So excellent stuff there. What was looking, well, it was still ultimately kind of bad for them because, forward trap from Iron just picks up 2. Excellent stuff. Yeah, what was a bad situation was a little bit salvaged there from Zagerfeeg. But up to back to school ads, just not to get caught in situations like that. But yeah, with that nice 2k from Iron, that's going to slow down blue quite a bit. They do have some ad to work with. It is playable ad, but Ice-T and Zagerfeeg are in far before anyone else from the
Ironman's
rest of their
opening
team.
picks
And
again, and
both
he's gonna
goes
lock out
down.
the Soldier and Demo and Plat. They're locked out.
Yeah,
This is just an absolute calamity.
killing everyone. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it before when we talked about the projectiles. Ooh, and they're taking an aggressive Uber. They want to use into spawn. This,
Wait, they don't. They're only at 85. This
yeah.
is might be a bit
Iron
ballsy.
going for a deep trap.
Oh.
This is gonna get something at the very... Okay, it gets spotted.
But look at
Yeah,
how much
you were
time they
talking
burn up the clock.
about how hard it can get in, how hard it is to get in against just those projectile classes, and Iron just demonstrated that. So we see Blue just using through. No counter pop yet. They do drop a Soldier, and they are flash drop a Scout as well. So they need some picks to work with here to make this worthwhile. Yeah, they're losing Iron as well as
Zagerfi,
Mythan.
great
Missing
flank on
direct goes
righty,
down.
and he's going for the medic. He almost directs Lilith to piece of smithereens, but Ice-T will clean up on that. I'm really liking. That was a very early use, but the counter collapse, just, you know, having those house flanks open for Rough Riders did not bode well for them. And they also milked way too hard. Usually you don't want to milk too hard to where your players are low HP in the post, and they did exactly that.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, they already used through. Their Uber's already going to be worse just by virtue of them using so far back. All you have to do is just save players, and your post is just going to be better. Either way, it's actually a slight ad here for Blue just because Miss Cuppington's had to retreat alone, wasn't healing anyone. Ooh, Cookie Genius is in on the med, getting some damage, but not getting any picks. Blue finally gets Red denied. Ooh, yeah, Bink in from behind.
It's Zagerfi 2 now.
Yeah, he's bombing and trying to clean up on whatever he can. Looks like Iron does get the force, so good play there. And actually, it's going to be about even because Cuppington's is spawning now.
Zagerfi's still ruining the crit buffs here. This is really good for him.
Yeah, quite forward, just trying to get some spam into them in lobby. All their players are up, though, and it looks like they are playing against a forward hold here. Although, not much presence in this lower boiler area. Just a couple stickies here and there, but no real traps, no real demo positioning to be able to pressure.
Any pick is good here. Misanthropy walks to the trap.
Yeah, down a Soldier makes this difficult, but Red does get in, so they are taking a fight. Zagerfi bombing in. This is the pick they need to be able to keep fighting this, although Iron goes down in the meantime. They do get Rialtov, and they're just trading picks back and forth, back and forth. Botan on point, taking a 1v1 against Goblin, who has better health right now. Decides to bomb in back to school ads, but gets picked off by Bink. Now Red just, in the meantime, taking all that space on point, will get the cap and a pick on Goblin, so Blue looking to take an exchange is doing just that. Red counter pop, looking better for Red just by virtue of the fact they have so many players.
Iron's overextended here. This is bad, and he goes down first. This is really bad. Zagerfi's on the...
Oh, Cuppington's dies as well. So at this point, down to Red's just hoping for maybe securing overtime, which they are unable to do. Just Botan Vivo alive, who I believed was rolling out. And now it's going to be not crazy ad for Blue, actually.
I want to go back to that prior fight. I think it was very weird that Feed Theory, they just didn't opt to back up to point and play for the Uber exchange. They instead sacked their Soldiers and their demo. It works out in the end because Bink takes a really good exchange and forces players to flash for Zagerfi's flank, but as Iron goes down, that's not good. But yeah, I didn't think it was good.
4-man might be happening right now, and Back to School Ads doesn't have an Uber yet, actually, so wasn't able to force even if they wanted to. And honestly, sometimes in those situations where like the med doesn't even have, it's like, it's sometimes better, you know, because like there's no longer a decision that even needs to be made.
If they take a forward exchange here, on Feed Theory, this could be really good. And the trap here towards right, this is good. And Zagerfi's on the flank. Oh, he gets the force.
Yeah, they use through main. Zag does go down. 3 seconds left, though, so they need someone on the point. That will be Botan as well as Iron.
They need to focus the play on the point.
Yeah, they just need to be getting picks here. Iron is getting focused down. There's just not enough bodies on red, it seems like, and they all are quite weak. So looking like round 1 going to Blue, but that was a very close round.
I really like what Feed Theory did there towards the end. I took the forward exchange on Plat. Now, granted, I don't like that Zagerfi goes for the force or the flank. It would have been better if he had lived from behind, but at least he softened them up pretty good for the post.
Yeah, true. Yeah, ideally you're just, because you can always just use their Uber to force, your Uber to force theirs, and you just want to be healthy to be able to bomb in when the Uber ends and make something happen. But that is
Yeah.
in the past. We are in the present now. Looking at a new mid.
And
So
Botan's
far,
getting ready
health
aggressive.
positioning kind of even roughly. Botan is taking some spam in the house. Oh, we're seeing Iron actually shoving the left house from their perspective.
If Botan's
Just helping
losing
out
the fight against
Misanthrope.
Goblin, he might get overrun.
Yeah, and ooh, nice bow is able to save their life, but it is going to be roughly even numbers. I suppose that soldier death, Ooh, and Botan might be going down here as well. Does crater. So now down both soldiers against just a soldier and a scout that has already rolled
It's a
out.
very preemptive use, though.
Yeah.
But they
Ooh,
still
but
get a
they
kill
get
in
the
the
pick.
Uber, and Iron's low.
Yeah, this red should just be leaving here because if their Uber ends on
Oh
concrete
my-
like it is doing right now.
Rialtov.
Oh, but they're hitting shots actually. Getting a pick on Rialtov and Ice-T. That was looking catastrophic for them, but there just
Look at
wasn't a
Zagger
collapse
feet
from blue.
on
Yeah,
the
Zag's in
plank.
the perfect position. It's getting in a clean bomb. Yeah, just 2 rockets. Will pick up Miss Cuppington, so that will secure ad here for blue, who's actually just building in spawn, trying to make that as much ad as possible. It's looking like it could easily be 40%, maybe even 50 here, depending on how soon Miss Cuppington is healing.
Look at
Actually, it doesn't
Misanthropy
even matter. It's
in
50
Batman.
regardless.
Misanthropy and Batman walks right in. It's a drive-by, but still nothing. But look at Botan. Still there, ready. No, it's actually Cookie Genius behind. Gets the kill.
Ooh. Yeah, so all that building up the ad just for it to go away immediately. And Iron, it looked like, had also bombed in, is trying to leave, but there's a scout on their trail. Will get chipped down, but successful 4-man there. And keep in mind, too, like, take a look at Blue's health. It's all around really bad. So if Red is quick on this and is able to take a fight before their med is really rolled out and ready to heal everyone, then they could probably just get points straight up. It does look like they're a little bit slow to move forward, so Blue's going to be able to have a pretty solid hold here.
Oh, and they use right off the bat Iron through main, but he gets
Just
bounced
going
into
right under that
stickies.
trap. Yeah, the trap and generator does pick up Iron, and now this Uber is looking a bit of a nightmare for Red. Losing 2 here, Ice-T should go down.
Good
but,
trade, though.
Just scouts for Red.
Oh, but look
And,
at Zaggerfield once again behind. This man's a
yeah.
rat. Oh my!
Just getting in through the house, cleans up, what was that, 2 kills with the assist on the 3rd. Crazy stuff there.
Iron
We see
in.
the try and salvage bomb from Iron. Gets some decent damage there. Colin on 3 HP, but just is not able to seal the deal.
God, this is just amazing right now from Feed Theory. Now, I don't like what Rough Riders have been doing so far to start off the round. They overcommit once they have the point. You generally just want to value your lives, but Botan and Misanthropy just aren't aware that. But Botan's like in a 1v2. Could beat
Yeah, it
Ice-T.
just gets pushed into. And Ice-T doesn't even get traded out there. Oh, although Misanthrope bombing
Great
in.
bomb, great force. Oh, no force.
No force, yeah. So a little kind of just solo bombed there, all things considered. Probably could have bombed in on those weak players that had just pushed Botan and gotten a pick or 2 there. Either way, though, both soldiers are spawned, so now they're going to have another
Oh,
opportunity.
Zaggerfi's
to try and-
overextended. He's gonna die
Yeah.
here. Oh, what? He makes it out?
Does survive. Blue is backing up, though, so forward hold is pretty much broken here. And Ubers have pretty much evened out. Ooh, nice bomb from Misanthrope. Misanthrope buys, picks up Rialtov. Bink going down as well. In the meantime, they lose a scout and a
Zaggerfi's in the
soldier
flank
also.
again, man. This is bad. Zaggerfi's in. The spoon. Oh, he gets air pipe by Iron. Absolutely
Ooh.
denied. Iron's
Oh,
on the roll.
nice pipes from Iron, yeah. We could see, it looks like an exchange, yep. So Blue does use, and actually they want everyone in on this. They flashed a demo, didn't flash Soldier, although at this point Rialtov is in a really precarious situation. This scout actually is living forever in the combo. Bink finally goes down. Yeah, that scout living so long really just was able to save Rialtov's life, who was just completely caught. Now we're looking about even time-wise. A full-on house shove here from Red. Picks up an instant kill onto Ice-T. And although Misanthrope going down means that Red's going to be down 1 here, so definitely an opportunity for Blue to be fighting at the point. Zagrafik just trying to get aggressive in this house, taking some sticky spam, taking some rocket spam. Will have to back off. Neither team really committing to too much right now, although Botan taking a 1v1 with Zag is going to win it. In the meantime, Rialto dying on point with an exchange going on. Drops iron. Drops. Oh no, Miss Cuppingtons didn't have 98%. Oh
Oh,
no.
this is bad. I'm not.
Well,
Well,
silver lining here is Red has about a minute advantage and overtime to work with. Um, so all they need to do is cap to win this round. So honestly, this isn't even. This is actually kind of good for them straight up, just because Back to School ads doesn't have yet. So they have. If they can bust this forward hold quickly, then they have plenty of time to take a proper fight before Back to School ads gets Uber. And in that time, just take one of those advantaged overtime fights where you can just pressure point and they're forced onto it. They are a little slow to break this forward hold. If they're too slow with this, then Back to School ads is gonna have Uber and it's gonna tick down for blue, in which case that's going to be horrible for red because and it seems to be happening. Oh no, because all 10
oh my
seconds
goodness.
left, now down 2 and they're taking an Uber into them and they're
That's
just gonna clean up
aggressive. I like
everyone.
that.
Okay, Cookie Genius is trading on point, but that's a full white. Yeah, that was really rough.
Yeah, it's
They
true.
had the perfect window there to be taking that fight while Ubers weren't on the table, and you still had some comfy, time cushion to deal with, but they were just too slow.
Yes, shame that it did happen for Feed. That the half ended as it did for Rough Riders, but they still have some silver linings. Now, granted, chat did miss the latter end of that half just because of Twitch servers, but let's just say that there was a lot of aggressive fights being taken, and they were all being won by weak Feed theory for the most part.
Yeah, I think honestly, Rough Riders were in some great situations, but one thing I've noticed is they seem to be quite slow to be pushing forward. There was one time where I think they just straight up waited for Uber before even taking lobby, and against ideally lobby is something you can just take for free, and anyone who's in there is just a free pick for you pretty much. Getting out of lobby if it's against a forward hold is where the actual problem starts, but more often than not, getting through the lower area is generally easier and only wastes a few seconds. But just taking that time and burning down clock has really come back to bite them, especially at the very end of that round where it not only cost them a valuable probably 30 plus second window to take a team fight, but also a window in which they could have taken a fight where the other team didn't have Uber.
We're gonna throw it to a quick break. I'm going to try to fix the issues, but yeah, like you said, I mean, Feed Theory having really good exchanges, Sagraphy having free reign on flanking the houses. We'll be back in just a second. Don't go anywhere. Gonna quickly fix the stream. Okay. 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 Yeah, so stream had to restart temporarily. Do not fear. Do not fear. We were just fixing up some additional gamer stuff on our back end because it appears Twitch servers are not cooperating with us, but we are back temporarily. Hopefully, all is well in the hood. We're chilling, getting some stuff going. But if you guys missed the second round, Feed Theory, they brought it back. They took some dubs. They went home, got the bag. But yeah, stream. We figured out the server. We figured out the server issue. At least I did. We were routing to New York servers, which are heavily congested right now for Twitch. There's about a huge traffic congestion between the network packets that were being transferred there. So we're on to Chicago now, and it's better than before. Let's say that. We're back with thank you Thank you, Airborne Aerosol, as you handle our chat for us. But we should be good to go. Hopefully Twitch doesn't be mean to us. But we're going back with the second half now, and I'm hoping it's gonna be a banger match. So thank you all for tuning in, at least for this impromptu cast. I'm gonna bring back our boy Rumpus. Maybe he's back, Mr. Rumpus.
Yo.
Okay, so we're already starting with the second half, actually. So never mind that.
Oh. All right.
And fear not, Feed Theory, they're looking good. They're up. Rough Riders are down.
Absolutely. So yeah, new mid here. Seeing some early aggression from Ryaltov. Will get spammed off. Just surfs away the spam. Health about even, although Misanthrope going quite low. Zagrafy just taking that aggression in-house as per usual. And just off that space in-house, Blue's just able to walk forward.
But Botan might have a good flank here. Look at this. Nobody spotted her. Or him.
Yeah, and the other house is gonna get a clean bomb here at the very least. Yep. In on the Met. Gets one decent rocket off. But will get cleaned up. And in the meantime, on the other side of the map, Miss Cuppington's ended up dying. Iron going down as well.
Botan with the beef, Wellington. But wait, Cookie Genius is gonna salvage. Maybe. No, Bink's right there to stop him in his tracks.
Yeah, so now full ad for Blue. And we have seen Blue take aggressive Ubers into lobby before. We'll see if they go for something like that again. They're, at the very least, a very aggressive forward positioning. And we are seeing Zagrafik and Ice-T doing this play again, where they just peek into the lower lobby. Although this time they are getting spammed off. Zagrafik taking a bow, but keep in mind this whole time. Okay, Cookie Genius goes down.
And Zagrafik's just deep. He's just stuffing all the projectile classes, man. It's so good.
And look at like where Red's combo was that whole time, because they were just kind of in lobby waiting while their demo had already rotated to the other side. They did use, and Miss Cuppington's is totally safe at 95%.
They just gave Rough Riders way back into this round. They could have just held it, forced the exchange on point, but now Rough Riders, they can definitely bring this back. But wait, this trap, it needs to be cleared. They're going to go through main now.
Yeah, they use through. Ooh, Iron's sticky gets juggled, but still gets a kill on Ryaltov. Ice-T going down as well. 3 HP, although Iron. Ooh. Chasing quite deep, probably feeding deep, but is able to hit the shot. And will survive. We'll be getting these forward traps up yet again. And we'll see, Ryaltov might be dying here if they weren't listening. Ooh. Does not get the pick, unfortunately. And at this point, 90% Uber for Blue, so Red, particularly Miss Cuppington's, has to be real careful about where they're standing, because where they're standing right now is definitely caught too.
I would play to leave main here and just let the team form, man. You have so much time on you.
Oh yes, they do use no demo with the Uber, so it's going to be a little harder to catch Miss Cuppington's, who does.
But Bink is going balls deep for this, but he's getting stuck by the combo, and he's left his medic.
Cookie Genius in on the med gets the nice pick there. Botan and Misanthrope both dying, but all sorts of picks coming in on Blue players.
Great cleanup from Lilith.
Yeah, just up to Goblin in this house, who, okay, does shoot the rocket, is spotted. Will not be able to get anything here, is just choosing to leave. Now full ad for Red, about a minute down on the clock. Yeah, no forward hull. Okay, they're starting to walk forward now. They are down a soldier, though, so Zagrafik is getting a clean bomb in. Is in on Cuppington's, gets the force just by themselves. Ryaltov bombing in as well. At this point, this is just the post 4-man. Yeah.
You want to be dying immediately if you're Ice-T or Ryaltov, but
okay, those players survived, so this is totally fine. Yeah,
great
job. Can be like derpy when the first player in on the 4-man just gets the force, and then the rest of you were like, oh, well now what? Either way, full ad.
Botan, look at this damage! It just gets oh my goodness, it's a family!
And a pick as well.
Oh my
Ryaltov bombing in is able to get a pick. No, actually, no pick. Botan died on the front, that was it. Zagrafik taking 1v1 with a scout will go down.
And back to school ads. Blue. 2 caught in.
Only 3 up for blue, and they're kind of caught right now. It's just these two. Goblin's gonna get shot down. Ice-T, pretty weak, is actually recommitting through a house. Probably just
He needs to
salvage
go now.
mode.
Botan's gonna spawn him from the
He
back.
isn't spot. Yeah, is getting in.
So
Okay.
close.
Miss Cuppington's does not force. Good nerves there. Now, we're probably expecting to see
He's
a
going in
four-man.
alone. But look at this. Look at where Cuppington is bunkered.
Yeah. Zag had a decent bomb, but just didn't know what the med was, who was quite safe. And actually, they used to save their soldier. Just taking one in, might have some gas in the tank to chase into lobby. Does not.
Oh my gosh,
actually
that bow
seem to be the
safe.
case.
Wait, Bink just gets
Ooh.
given a free gift. The medic just served into his crosshair.
Yeah, the post for red was just kind of atrocious because the flank for blue was just all over. And Rough Riders just ended their Uber on point, just ready to get collapsed on.
Now, we don't want... I know Zagerfee, based on how he's been playing, he's gonna go for a play here, but I don't know if now's the time. But actually, it might be the time he's on to
1v1 with
iron.
Ooh, just needs to hit one more
That's a good
rocket.
trade.
Will trade. Yeah, valuable trade. Actually, maybe valuable. We'll see
Maybe.
how it comes into play, because keep in mind, he has like
Wait,
twice as
Ice-T.
long of a spawn timer.
Icy's getting overrun in this righty.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
But-
Botan and Cookie Genius are the only... See, this is what I mean. Like, this is kind of... They're taking it like a team fight, but positioning their combo as if it's a 4-man, which is kind of strange for me.
They got the
Either
force.
way-
Wait, where did Rialto get that? Where did he get the drop? He was on point trying to
Bink?
defend his medic.
I'm confused as to what's going on.
Is a
is-
staggered 4-man, and now it's just collapsing for Rough Riders. I'm
Yeah.
just in shock.
Yeah, I mean, I guess to summarize what happened there, Red kind of just took like 2 players in at a time fighting, and then only when those 2 players are dead and the fight was gone would they send in like another 2,
Right.
instead of either 4-manning everyone at the same time and then like repushing when it's even, or just taking a dry fight, or anything like as a team. It seemed kind of separate. Either way, match point potentially here.
Oh my gosh.
for
They're
Feed
going
Theory.
all in for back to school ads, but at what cost here
Yeah.
for Rough Riders?
Rough Riders does pick up pretty much everyone actually. It's just Zagerfee.
Oh, Staggerfee just flies and kills Puppy. Just
Oh.
the house is open again, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's Bagel 101 really. Is just, when those houses aren't being watched, then you can get so much value. So at this point, Bink, I think,
Bink is aware of
suspects
it,
the
yeah.
trap. Yeah, they heard it. Will not work here. Iron will have to just jump away. About 30
Look at their
ad
building,
for
wow.
blue. They are building. This ad will for sure be playable, and depending on the situation, when blue gets Uber, then they might want to just
gosh.
use straight up.
Zagerfee's just manhandling Botan in house. Like, I think he's won every single fight so far.
Yeah, I mean, ooh, in the meantime, there's a fight in house between Misanthrope and I think Ice-T.
Yeah.
Misanthrope going quite low, will have to leave, and actually, blue just kind of walks forward and takes the point. Zag bombing in, does find some scouts, so we'll probably be, actually no.
Misanthropy on the
that-
flank just gets caught up by Rialtov, aimed with ease.
Yeah. Okay, they're trying to bust this kind of pseudo forward hold. They get a pick on Zag. The Uber does get popped.
Cuppington's gonna get this
99%.
Uber.
Yeah, Cuppington's does find
Oh!
Ooh,
Rialtov!
does use, but drops the scout, so this Uber will not be able to get anything. And actually, if they're not careful,
Actually,
this
they might be
Uber-
able to get Bink here, maybe. Yeah.
Okay.
But Misanthropy catches up back to school ads on the kite
Ooh,
away.
yeah.
No!
I'm not even sure where that bomb
And
came from.
Botan's
Maybe,
gonna kill
like,
Rialtov
main-
towards Plat. Sure, it's a trade, but they can just delay the spawn a little bit, or the cap.
Okay,
Oh,
they do deny.
Grand scheme of things, no
uh,
problem though.
It's just a soldier. Either way, about even, pretty much. I guess some Uber ad here for red, but numbers and time pretty much even. Blue is starting to take space through concrete, and we see the
Dagger
Zag
with the
bomb
spoon.
in
Oh.
with the spoon out. Looks
Oh
like a
my.
4-man situation. Cuppington's pack missing is on 30 HP, just hoping that no one can get to them. In the meantime, on the front lines, Botan in a tough spot, just taking a ton of damage. Blue has completely walked forward, and Cuppington's actually the first one in.
Wow!
And keep in mind, this whole time, Ubers have gone from about 30% ad for red to only about 10%.
Rial's gonna be overheating here. He might get caught out in main, and I think Bink too. Oh, good thing they don't choose to commit on that. I was scared for just a moment.
Yeah, that was looking like a 4-man, but then Blue just kind of committed forward. And at this point, Ubers have completely evened. Looks like they're trying to get through main. They do use through, looking for an exchange, but the Uber is much later for Blue.
This is a family
And
Uber.
the post-Uber positioning for red is just, it's just collapse city pretty much. We are seeing some salvage attempts from Botan and I guess Cuppingtons, but no, that's not going to work out for them.
I'm gonna tell you, I think Rough Riders, the J-Caster curse is too strong. You cannot let me bet on you, or else this will happen. So, might be seeing our next 4-0 on Bagel, all due to me. But no, I'm just gonna kid. I'm just kidding. Feed Theory are playing well. We can't discredit how they've been playing this map, specifically their soldiers.
Yep, and we'll have to see how things go here. Red does have ooh, Cuppington's taking some spam there. Okay, we see Iron bombing in.
Really good kite from Bike back to school as he just went straight into that house and he doesn't even take any damage.
Yeah, just recognizing immediately what's happening and just backing up to where they can't get bombed. Excellent play there. And this is looking a lot more difficult for Red. Zag hiding by spawn, yeah. Oh, he's gonna get value for sure, right? Spoon out. Hits the soldier.
Oh no!
Oh, well.
Oh no!
I guess the value he got was in entertainment. Even numbers though, this is still very solid for Blue. The health on Red is horrible. They get a pick on Botan using
They need to step on point. Somebody needs to go for point.
It is an exchange. Ooh, the Uber on point almost made a timeout. We see a med 1v1 happening. That Bink is gonna swoop in to stop here. Definitely player ad for point. Potentially, yeah, but there's just so many people from Blue and oh, don't get air shot. Whatever you do. Okay, that doesn't count. Yeah.
GG's.
Man, 4-0.
The J curse has struck Rough Riders, and it was definitely a rough showing on that map. I mean, really, you can't say much about that map other than play the houses, or else you will be flanked hard just like they did that map. That was just very unfortunate to see.
Yeah, I think that what it came down to that match, because there were some very close rounds, just time-wise. I think probably something Rough Riders had trouble with was figuring out what to do against a forward hold and just figuring out what to do to just take lobby and be quick on when they don't have the point. As well as you mentioned, just watching those houses, because Zagerfeig was just able to get in so cleanly so often just by kind of waddling through a house and, you know, just getting a free bomb in.
Yeah, I was really amazed by, like, you know, the heads up play by also, like, the scouts on Feed Theory. We didn't talk about them much in the match. I mean, granted, the rounds were close towards the start, but maybe not there towards the end, as they were allowed to do free reign on what they wanted to do on the flanks for Feed Theory. But, like, I was surprised that Bink and his scout partner, they were keeping tabs on the houses. Like, I would see Rough Riders flank, but there was always a tab being kept on when the houses were open and when there was a timing for flank. You never really saw Botan get a good flank off. Maybe like one of the mid fights they had a good flank off, but it was really just that one time. And after that, Bink, I would like switch to a Rough Rider camera, one of the soldiers, as they were flanking your Cookie Genius, and every time Bink was on top of it. So like really great job from Feed Theory. It looked like they studied the map very well.
Yeah, and I do actually have some logs here to peek at. Which of these? So we did mention looking out for a potential soldier pop off, and that certainly happened with Zagerfeig. First half, 470 damage a minute. Second half broke the 500 mark. So just taking good fights in the house, and once you secure that house positioning, being able to just get value, get behind, get bombs in.
And the man I was just mentioning, Mr. Jar Jar Binks, 18-4, 10 assists, 331 DPM. Now, overshadowed by the 513 DPM of Zangerfi, but man was protecting his medic. So, gonna give my props to him. And Ice-T too, really good pressure, never letting right house be left open for a potential Misanthropy flank. Just overall solid job by the flank players on Feed Theory.
Yeah. Congratulations to Feed Theory for a very convincing win here. I don't know, any shout outs from you?
No
I think
shoutouts from
we
me. Thank you all to the viewers for dealing with the internet or Twitch server issues for the second round and still staying tuned. I would want to shout out Rough Riders. Sorry for cursing you guys. You guys will bounce back next week. And thank you for coming in for the cast last minute,
I do
Rumpus.
have one quick shout out to throw out for Airborne Assault. Thank you for the 10K channel points. I appreciate it.
Airborne should never bet on the team that I'm gonna bet on. He knows the winning strategy. It's like if you invest in stocks, always do the reverse of what Jim Cramer tells you to invest in.
But
Hey,
yeah, I think that pretty much done here. Of course, keep an eye out on Fireside Cast because you may have the schedule memorized, recite it in your sleep, but you never know when just a random stream pops up and you get to see a nice match happen.
yes. Thank you all for tuning in. And shout out to Swifty servers, personalized servers. If you're a European staying up, Frankfurt servers from Germany are now up. Go support the man. Use our affiliate link. Give us the money. We want the money. You know me. You know me. And good night, guys. Have a good one.